What do you think we were doing last class? Like, what do you think I was doing? What do you think, say, my intention was?
To entertain us, hook us in.
Entertain you. All right, what? So were you entertained? Some of what's behind what we were doing or what I was doing was helping you to see that it's really okay to talk about these things. So often we live in this space where we're taught that it's not kosher. It's not a good idea to identify these kinds of differences. And so therefore, let's not talk about it. Whereas I'm saying, can you introduce yourself?
Kevin from Bucks County, and I'm a sophomore.
Bucks County. Tell people where Bucks County is.
Bucks County is 30 minutes north of Philadelphia, PA.
Are you a rural area, suburban?
Suburban.
Yeah. You're Irish, right?
Kinda. Mostly American.
Yeah, but your name's Irish.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, here's a question for you. You were here last class, right?
Yes.
What do you think we were doing last class? Like, what do you think I was doing? What do you think, say, my intention was? Americans are seen as really ignorant, that we don't understand. So here's what we're going to do. These two people, one is an American, and one is from the motherland, wherever the motherland is. So what I want the three of you to do, this is a contest. You have to look at them and figure out which one is the American, and then we want to know why. So you can walk down here, look, check them out.
To entertain us, hook us in.
Entertain you. All right, what? No, dude, first off, I really have zero interest in entertaining anybody. I'm just entertaining myself, right? So, okay, what else? What else do you think beyond entertain?
Introduce us to how the class is going to be set up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what else? What do you think, what are some of, maybe some of the underlying things that maybe are happening that I'm thinking about that you maybe, I don't know, didn't see, or take time to think about it now. What do you? Anything? Do you have anything?
Not really, no.
So were you entertained?
Yeah, I was pretty entertained.
All right, what'd you learn from that segment, for example?
I learned a lot about you and how the school system affected you.
Mm-hmm. What'd you learn about the last segment that we did, the contest?
It's hard to judge people just based on how they look and dress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else? What else did you see? What did you see happening there as you were watching it? What were you feeling as you were watching it?
I was kind of hoping for people to guess the right person.
Because?
I wanted them to do good.
To do well?
Yeah.
And because, is there a reason for that other than just hey,
Not really. I just wanted them to pick the right person. Okay.
So we're doing this segment in class, and you're watching it and you're saying hey, okay, this is interesting. I'm just by the way, right now, you all should know, I want a couple things happen here. When volunteers come up, you never come up because you know something. So when you apply to volunteer and you say, hey, I know a lot about X, Y, or Z, that's not any reason I'm ever going to select anyone, because this isn't about knowing something. This is about bringing people up who are going to have the average experience. Kevin's not expected to know anything. He's not an expert. He's not really expected to remember much about last class. So listen, one of the things that some of what's behind what we were doing or what I was doing was helping you to see that it's really okay to talk about these things. And as I was going around class and having different conversations, with the Egyptian guy and so on, it's okay to have these conversations. I'm assuring you're like most Americans where you've grown up in this world where you're supposed to not really pay attention to these distinct differences, right? Any thoughts?
What you were saying, like the way kind of you talk to people from like different ethnicities kind of was like a little different than I would expect it.
Because what's different about it?
It was a little more like kind of what, like things you really wouldn't say normally. I feel like
Okay, cool.
culturally, like expected.
Okay, and the fact that I'm saying them, how is that for you?
Just like shocking a little bit, I guess.
And it's shocking because?
I wouldn't expect it to be said in like this setting.
This setting. And for people who are not Americans, who might be watching the stream right now, what is it about this setting in the United States?
It's like considered really professional, and I feel like you don't, like, if it's not expected, you shouldn't really say it.
I got you. So you wouldn't focus on the kinds of things that we're focused on. Yeah. And so my intention, a large intention, including of today, the whole semester, is to help make you feel comfortable to see people for who they are and what they are and see the differences. Like you're not just some white guy from Bucks County. You're a kid named Kevin, who you have a whole history, a complex sociological history with lots of things related to ethnicity, race, social class, gender, your family, all customs, culture, and that's true across the board with everybody. And that so often we live in this space where we're taught that it's not kosher. It's not a good idea to identify these kinds of differences. And so therefore, let's not talk about it. Whereas I'm saying, no, we can talk about it. It's okay, talk about it. Have the conversations. It's great conversations. It's really cool. People are cool, man. People are so cool. I have met the most amazing people in the world, both in the United States and in other countries, who have so much, such fascinating lives, So it's like you're not going to know if you don't talk to them, right? All right, bro. How is it sit up here answering the questions?
Not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, all right.
I was really tempted to say no when I got the text.
Yeah.
I just stuck through it.
Dude, you killed it. You're perfect, actually, because let me tell you something. One of the reasons, first off, when you're up here and I'm asking you questions like I'm asking Kevin, hey, what happened last class and what did you think about it? Your mind can go blank, right? Because you see all these people. It's like when you're sitting there, if you were sitting up there and I was asking someone else, you would have things to say. You would have other things to say in addition to what you said. But when you're down here, it's harder. It's more difficult. And one of the reasons that I teach in the way that I do is because I used to have a really cool class. Like I'd have an awesome. I thought it was an awesome class. I was presenting all this cool information and really rocking lecture and running around the room and doing stuff. And then I would see people right after class. And I distinctly remember one day in particular, it was literally 7 minutes after class. I left the classroom and I saw one of my students outside the doors and they said, "Oh man, Sam, that was a great class today." And I said, "Oh, really? What'd you get from it?" 7 minutes after the class ended. I'm like, "What'd you get from it?" I'm like, "I don't know, man, but it was a great class. I don't remember." I'm like, "You got to remember something." "Nah, I don't remember anything." And so what I decided was, that's how it is for most of us. It's true for me. I leave a movie or something, and someone wants to talk about the movie, and I'm like, "I don't remember anything about the movie." So all I can do in this class is try to get feelings going inside of you, and the feeling of openness and the feeling of curiosity. If I can do that, then we're moving forward. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Dude, thanks, man. All right, man.